TestUp.io, the easiest test automation tool on the web.
OCR, Optical Character Recognition, recognizing text from images.
Hello and welcome to this next tutorial of TestUp.io, the easiest test automation tool on the web. In today's tutorial, we're going to take a look at OCR, Optical Character Recognition, and see how that works. So for these purposes, we're going to directly open the app. And then within the app, we are going to select our project and create a new test for our project. In this case, we're going to name this test OCR and directly create a test for desktop, and let's select Linux and go to edit and wait for our virtual device to spin up and load. Once it is loaded, we're going to work with OCR, as optical image recognition is very important for specific test cases. When you have a UI that displays a text as a JPEG, you cannot click and select the text and read it out. For these type of test cases, you need OCR, where you take an image and convert it into a text. So let's do it in our example by double-clicking on Firefox and then performing a check to see if it's loaded. And after the check, we're going to directly click on here and enter a URL. So let's enter a URL. Let's choose Wikipedia, hit an enter button. So now that we're loaded into Wikipedia, I'm going to check that I'm not logged in, and that means as well the web page is loaded, and then I'm going to create an account. So for the account, I'm going to select a username. And for the username, that is something we're going to practice later as well. I'm going to write test as a beginning, and that is probably a username that is already taken. So for the next, we're going to select an eval statement and evaluate a random number between 1 and 100 million. That should land in our clipboard. That means that out of our clipboard, we can then obviously paste it as well. And I'm going to paste it in here. So this generated a user for me that is highly likely not taken. So it should be available. Next thing, I'm going to hit the tabulator button and enter a password. And let's enter a password that obeys with the security guidelines that we have here. Hit the tabulator again and confirm the password. As a next step, you have the email address is recommended, so I'm not going to fill it out. I'm simply going to scroll to the bottom. Let's scroll further down. That should be enough to get to the bottom. And let's wait for it to perform. And then afterwards, we're going to see a capture image. Here we have it, Toad Merle. Let's see if we can try to OCR that capture image. So for this purposes, I'm going to draw an anchor area first. So we're going to select the create account. This is always going to be here. So we're going to select something stable. And based on that, I'm going to select this area here. It is like a swipe at the beginning. And this is the area where the text will appear. And for this area, I'm going to select an OCR readout. And let's see what he found out after doing the OCR of this Toad Merle. And we can see it in our control. We see it in our clipboard. He has actually read it correctly, so that we are going to afterwards click on our field where we want to enter this text. And afterwards, we're going to paste it. And then we're going to create an account. And then we're not going to save it, the password. This is just Firefox. And we will never save it in this case. Exactly, and we're done. So we've completed a OCR readout, and now we end up at this page where this IP address range has been blocked. Obviously, this is an robotic ID, so obviously Wikipedia does not want us to create accounts here. And with that being said, we are done with the test, and now we're going to run it automatically. And on that note, let me say a little bit about Wikipedia. They're not sponsoring us. I have no affiliation with them. I just love their website very much. So if you possess knowledge that other people don't and you'd like to share it, create an account at Wikipedia and just write an article, or maybe donate to them. They have running server costs and such, where they would probably very much appreciate the help. I just like them very much, which is why I've selected them, and they have a capture that is with text, and that is an excellent example of OCR. So let's wait for this to be evaluated and for this to be run through, and we can see the results of this in a second of our automated tests. It took us 3 minutes 29 to create an account at Wikipedia as a test. I challenge any of you to find a software for test automation that is faster than this. Now obviously I know what I'm doing, so it took me a little bit, and it took 30 seconds to run through. So let's take a look at what it did this time. We scroll through, he records, he writes a random number, he enters the password, and then we have denatens. So our OCR recognized denatens as well very easily. With that being said, now you have an idea about how OCR works. You're probably going to have some applications of your own where you have some images where you need to recognize the text of. If you do, TestUp is the best tool to use for these type of scenarios. I thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in one of our other tutorials that you will see hereafter. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Take a look at our other videos to learn more about TestUp.